How's it going, gamers? Another day, another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about Vigor. This is by Bohemia, the same people who made DayZ, and it is nothing like DayZ. So, basically, this game's set in Norway. It's a small, tiny style shoot 'em up. You know, it's not battle royale. I mean, it is and it isn't. See, battle royale's usually last man standing, whereas in this one, you know, you can dip in and you can dip out and there'll still be other players on the map. So you can exit this map anytime you see fit. I've done it myself, tried and tested a few things. Now, as we get into this video, this isn't a full-blown review. This is just my first impressions. I've been playing it for a few hours and I'm semi-impressed. I'm not disappointed, but I'm not fully impressed, if you understand. At the moment, I know for a fact there's a few more things I need to figure out myself, but gameplay-wise, you know, I've not stopped playing it. Let's just put it like that. When I first got into it, I did the tutorial, shows you the basics and this, that, and the other of what to do, what you're looking for usually. A lot of it can seem overwhelming at first because there is a lot in a way that is going on with this game. When it comes to what you've got to do, what you can do, this, that, and the other, which I'll get into. But yeah, the gist of it is basically you do your tutorial. Once you've done that and you've got that out of the way, you're introduced to your home, which is like basically a shack. As you progress through this game and the more experience, you know, the more times you level up, the more experience you gain, the more opportunities you're going to have to upgrade your homestead. And if you do, then life's going to be a hell of a lot easier for you. You're going to have things you can craft, you're going to have food, you're going to have this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. At the moment, I'm pretty sure that you don't actually need to eat. It's not a full-on survival game like DayZ. The only thing so far that I can find that really affects you when it comes to your environment is cold water. If you're in it for too long, you'll start to lose health. But there's no hunger, there's no hot or cold, there's no rain, there's no sickness, there's none of these mechanics that you'd see in DayZ, unfortunately. You do have, you know, obviously your health, your stamina, you can lose health, you can, you know, replenish it in various ways. But mainly this is more about scavenging than anything and getting into small firefights with other people. You can have it as solo or team based. You can have lone wolf where you're going in and taking on teams of 2 to 3 players. You get more experience than the start and the other as you're playing that. You have little maps where you can go in and, you know, scavenge and things like that, fight other people. An airdrop will come into that map and basically it's first come first serve. Now, as I said, you can basically jump into a game, loot an area, get some decent stuff, and then think to yourself, right, do I really want to chance this airdrop with what I've got now? No, and leave the map. Yeah, and everything you've got, you'll take with you. Or, you know, you can loot some things, think to yourself, you know what, the airdrop's coming, I'm close to it, I'm going to go for it. You grab the airdrop, and as soon as you grab that airdrop, everybody knows where you are on your little mini-map, and you've got to get out there as fast as possible. At the moment, I have managed to secure an airdrop. I got into a really good firefight, or two, well, actually quite a few while I was playing it. They're all going to be, they should already be uploaded by now, if not, they will be soon on the channel. But yeah, overall I'm having a really good laugh with this game. You've got a hell of a lot of different weapons so far that I've seen at the moment. I've managed to unlock a decent rare one, but the thing is with this game, if you say you can carry 2 primaries, 2 secondary weapons, and if you end up doing that, you go into one of these zones, you know, you're carrying 2 primaries, you're carrying 2 secondaries, and you get dropped straight away, all that's gone. All your ammo you've took with you, all the stuff that you've looted. I think you do get a few little bits like non-essential items you might maybe take out with you, but I'm not too sure on that. One thing is for sure, if you die, you'll lose your loadout. Now there is one way around this, and this is one of the sneakiest parts of this game that I really do not like, and that is a currency they've got in it called crowns. Now crowns you can obviously buy off the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, so on and so forth. Or you can earn small amounts, and I mean small amounts, by hopefully securing an airdrop, and there might be a chance of some being in there. Or there is 2 different battle passes in this game where you can earn crowns through that. Now crowns are used to buy all sorts of customizable stuff, and unfortunately they are also used to increase the percentage of loot you can find in a game. increase various other percentages for another thing. I think it's the amount of crates maybe or something like that. And then there is one which is twice as expensive as everything else, where it's basically you insuring your loadout, and that's like 60 crowns. And when you look at how much these crowns cost, it's naughty. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, it is a bit naughty that they're charging you the way they are for these things. However, I do think it could be a hell of a lot worse, because we have had a battle royale game which I think lasted for the whole of 2 days. What was that now? The Culling Part 2 or something? And they were actually trying to charge people to play the battle royale matches every day. So you get the game, and then it's like, right, you'd have a battle royale match, that's your daily done. Now you have to actually pay to play for the rest of the day, or you can log off till tomorrow. So I mean, it could be worse than that. We've had people try that stuff in the past. But yeah, the microtransactions on this game, to me, don't really seem that fair. They put me off buying them. I buy a lot of microtransactions for quite a lot of games if I feel like it's worth it. Sometimes I'm a bit stupid and I just go get it, but I don't think I'll be spending anything on this game. Not with the way it is. I mean, it's going to be a grind trying to earn these crowns, and I'd rather do it like that than pay for it and start to rely on these increased chances of loot crates, and of also being able to secure my own loadout. So what I'm ended up doing is, with this game you can craft, yeah. So like you can craft like guns, parts, weapons, armor, all sorts of things. But you've got to start leveling up. You've got to collect blueprints. You've got to make sure you got all the components. Yada yada yada. And I just use cheap weapons like a cheap AK. Just does the job. Yeah, cheap AK-47, cheap shotgun maybe. Usually I'll just take one weapon. If I have to, I'll take a sidearm if I feel the need to. Other than that, I don't really need anything else. It's as simple as that. Or a grease gun. If you know it's going to be a small, short, tight map, little bits of CQC here, there, and everywhere that you can, you know for a fact you can hold to your advantage, get a grease gun. Just get a grease gun, some 45s, man, spray them up. I've done it. This is me, my first match ever, first firefight with a Makarov. I'm not even hitting the guy. I don't even know what the freaking hell I'm doing. What my play were there, I have no idea what I was planning. But anyway, yeah, so moving on. When it comes to the building aspect of this game, there is none. Right, I've gone through what you can craft, and that's about it. So you do have, as I said earlier, a homestead. When you get to it, it's a bit of a dump. And as you gain experience, you'll be able to slowly do this up bit by bit. Now, you're not going out with an axe and chopping trees down like DayZ. You're not chopping the logs down into planks. None of that exists in this game. Basically, you'll find materials out there, nails, this, that, and the other. You'll level up, and if you've leveled up one, yeah, then it'll be like, right, I can make a certain improvement, like build a crafting bench. But you've got to make sure you got the materials to build that bench. And as soon as you got to craft it, it'll just come up timer, right, that thing will be ready in a few minutes. You wander around, come back, thing's built. So it does take all the fun and joy out of, you know, the DayZ building aspect. If that's why you're here, you're not going to have it. I know plenty of friends on my friends list. There was one lad I ended up getting in touch with yesterday. I was like, yo, Vigor's on the PlayStation Store, downloading it now. Messages me back, nice on top, man. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I can't wait to play it. All he does is build on DayZ. Goes out, loots, farms, builds. I was like, bro, there's no building on this game. He's not going to be interested in playing it. So, you know, you've got to be careful. Don't go wandering into this game because the developers have made one thing and you're expecting something similar into this. When it comes to actually how you play the game and how it feels and things like that, it does feel like you're playing DayZ. It really, really does. But the graphics are a hell of a lot more improved. The mechanics and the controls and everything feel a hell of a lot more responsive with your character. You're not having to press the same button twice, which I felt like I had to do now and again when I was playing DayZ, picking up, interacting and things like that. It's like sometimes you have to punch the button through your joypad. So you're getting none of that on here. It's all smooth, you know, the way your character vaults over things and this, that, all smooth. So there's no problems there. The actual firefights themselves are alright, but one thing I found is some guy ended up sniping me with an AK from quite a distance, and I was like, how the hell has he managed to do that? So I ended up getting my AK out myself in the next round and went prone, and it's like your crosser is so tight, it's unbelievable. It's just ridiculously tight. So I don't know how many rounds you can get away with before your crosser starts going ballistic, but I'm hoping it's like after one round goes through your gun, that crosshair opens up like a bad boy. But it didn't feel like it when I got lit up. So these are things I'm gonna have to try and test when it comes to, you know, the actual bullet mechanics and things. Armor was basically a military game, and Daisy was a mod built for that that got turned into its own game, and with it, it brought a lot of armor mechanics over with it. One of these is the way guns and ballistics actually operate within the armor in Daisy games. Like, there's some videos you can go and check out where the mod in Daisy, and you can add, like, it looks like a freaking tennis ball to a bullet and then fire that bullet, and you can literally trace where that bullet's going. Do you know, like one of these CSI freaking crime scenes where they've got all these pieces of freaking string gear there and everywhere where the bullets have come from? That's literally what it looks like, but just red lines all over the freaking map. And you know, you could register, you could, it's, well, basically it's just, you know, as real as it gets ballistically for a gun game. You know, that's why Armour and Daisy suffered quite a lot, I think, performance wise, because they had such a freaking hardcore mechanic when it comes to the way weapons and ballistics were used in that game. And I really do not see that carrying over into Vigor. I really just cannot see the entire ballistic system that these games used being in Vigor. It's just the way things handle and stuff. It's just I don't see it. But then again, I could be wrong. Again, this is just first impressions. So you know, we'll just have to see. I am going to do a full review one day, eventually, when I've ended up, you know, really cracking this game open and giving it a real good try. If I ever get that far, you know what I'm like. Sometimes I'll want to get into a game and I'll just come up against the wall and it's like, I really don't want to play this. And it's one of them things, but at the moment I'm having fun with it. It's a small download. It's only less than 8 gig. I downloaded it within minutes. I was on it before you know it, so you've got no issues there. Just get used to everything, you know, like, obviously, you know, you've got your combat and that lot. Like right now, I'm in a combat zone, getting used to your map, where places are, landmarks are, yada yada yada. Rely on your waypoint quite a lot. This is freaking Norway of all places. A lot of the maps have got snow on it, snow pure white, you'll get lost easily. It's as simple as that. You've no real sense of direction. You've got a compass and things like that, but you've no real sense of direction at first when it comes to you first playing this game. The maps are well, they're small compared to like DayZ, obviously, but they're big compared to, you know, your usual multiplayer shoot 'em ups like this. So you know, you can get lost and you can lose people easily. I ended up getting a fight. Ninja vanished from this guy so fast it was unbelievable, right in front of his very eyes, man. That's a video I think it's actually being posted now, so you should go check that out if you want. Ninja Vanish 200 IQ, something or other, I think I've titled it. So yeah, that's that so far. There's quite a bit of character customization, but looking at it so far, I've yet to see a great deal. Like, the store's not got a great big deal to offer when you first click on. I've yet to re-go one because, you know, it's timed. You've got, like, I don't know, 8 items, and then it's like the items will refresh. Like I say, you've got 2 different battle passes. You've got a free battle pass, yay! And you know what? This battle pass is not stingy the way a lot of others are out there. Some battle passes you just get a little few, you know, bits here, there, and everywhere. Say you got a battle pass that's got 50 squares on it, and you've not got the premium version of that, so you're gonna get, I don't know, about 10 squares if you're freaking lucky off these stingy assholes. Yeah, that's what quite a few are out there when it comes to these style of games. Look at Call of Duty's Warzone. The paying battle pass on that is a bit stingy. Whereas on here, even though you've not got the premium, you still get quite a lot of items. Like, each level you'll go up, there'll be hopefully something for you there, whether it's a skin, whether it's an item of clothing, you know, some cosmetics, maybe some crowns going your way, you never know. And then I'm not sure how much the premium battle pass is, because as I said, I don't really want to pay anything into this game at the moment with the way the microtransactions are looking. I might change my mind. You know, I might end up changing my mind, seeing something and thinking, you know what, that looks alright. So yeah, at the end of the day, the battle pass is pretty decent, but again, you'd have to check how much the premium battle pass is if you are interested in playing this game to know more about that. Anyway, so far looking at the actual cosmetics. Now, anybody who's seen videos of me playing like battle royales, multiplayer games, shooters, shit like that in the past, you'll know I'm heavily into my military gear. Yeah, like I want it all. I want full camo stuff. Yeah, chest webbing. Yeah, a little flipping canteen, maybe camos on my skins. I want to look dapper. I want to look like, you know, some SAS badass looking mofo. You see him on the map, you just look at him and you're like, yo, I really do not want to mess with that guy. Right, where's the exit? Something like that, that's what I'm into. And looking through so far some of these cosmetics, I'm not seeing it. You know, this is Norway as well. You know, it's round about this time. And I don't know, some of the gear just looks gimmicky. Do you get me? Like cowboy hats and things like that. Some of it just looks gimmicky. A lot of others look pretty decent, like I want to say it now, outdoors, mountaineering type of things. You know, cold weather, ramblers and stuff. You get decent gear like that there and everywhere, but there's not much cosmetic wise that I've seen so far that really catch my eye. But you never know. Again, there might be something decent that pops along. Anyway, so it's between 2 to 12 players. Solo, team based, it's up to you. You can actually play as a lone wolf and go into team games for a lot more experience and I'm guessing better rewards. Pardon me. The actual game itself loads fast. You will not have any trouble whatsoever finding a lobby. All the lobbies you'll get into usually fill up quite fast, and before you know it, you'll be in a game. You know, usually I get asked like, you know, what's matchmaking like, how long does it take to load in, this, that and the other. You'll have no problems there. So if you like what you see so far, download the game, it's well worth it. Just to have a try yourself. Don't get too frustrated at the beginning. I actually did, you know what I mean? And just look out for how you actually get rid of your loadout in your actual homestead. How to craft things, how to actually take things with you into a game before you start one, and you'll be great. Don't do what I did with my first 2 matches and go in with no loadout, not realising that you've already actually got weapons in your storage. So that's one major tip I should give you. Anyway, that's the video so far. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm going to go hop back on it. I hope you did like the video. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget you can subscribe to the channel and you'll get notifications off YouTube every time our videos goes live. Thanks for watching, and as always, good gaming out there.